All right, this week at Bungie, 1/14/2021. This week at Bungie, we are back in action. It's been a while, hasn't it? Since the last TWaB, you've gotten your hands on Hawkmoon, the Dawning has come and gone, next generation consoles received some wonderful enhancements. You released a crow from their cage, and Lord Saladin watched as you decimated your foes with stasis in the Iron Banner. On the Bungie side of things, we took a breather. This last year has been full of challenges that none of us expected. Even through everything 2020 had in store, we were able to get beyond light and season the hunt in your hands. This did come at a bit of a cost. We needed some time to recharge our batteries for a new year. We have no doubt in 2021 we'll have mountains to climb and unexpected surprises, but we're all excited to get back into the groove of the new year of Destiny development. So let's get this party started. We've got our 4 TWaBs between you and a fresh season of D2 content. You're hungry for what we've got planned, and we're eager to dish out the goods. First up, we're looking at a few changes to vendors, Dreaming City, and Moon rewards, and some sandbox tuning for Hunter stasis abilities in the Crucible. Dreaming City and the Moon. Since the launch of Beyond Light, we've been collecting what feels like a metric ton of feedback on various Destiny systems. While we've shared some plans related to rewards, DDoS protection on consoles, crossplay, and transmog, we have new details on rewards from 2 of our most recent destinations, the Moon and the Dreaming City. Rewards area lead Justin Dazit will be walking us through some changes in response to player feedback. Justin. Last month, Assistant Game Director Joe Blackburn spoke about some changes you're making to gear in Season 13 in response to some feedback. Today, we're going to briefly chat about what some of those changes are as they relate to our back catalog of expansions and the reasoning behind them. First, review what's going to happen in Season 13. Reissued Dreaming City and Moon Dreambane armor. These will first drop with high stats when earned in Shattered Throne and Pit of Heresy. Great. The final chest of Pit of Heresy will no longer drop a fully mastered Dreambane armor piece. Boo. Instead, the armor piece will have 7 armor energy and is guaranteed to drop with at least 16, plus 16 in 2 different stats and higher stats overall. I would prefer to get the free cores, but it's fine. Dreambane class items will not drop from this chest. Good. Reissued 4 weapons for Dreaming City with new perk rolls, perk pools, Waking Vigil, Sleepless, Vouchsafe, and Retold Tale. Dreaming City weapons that drop in the Shattered Throne dungeon can roll with perks that are unavailable from drops from other reward sources. Cool. Interesting. Reissued 4 weapons from the Moon, Premonition, Pit Heresy only, Heretic, Blasphemer, and Apostate. Weapons that drop in the Pit of Heresy dungeon can roll with the perks that are available from drops from other reward sources. Expanding Lost Sector Legend and Master rotation to 4 Moon sectors. Oh, nice! So you can now do the big 4 Moon Lost sectors as Legend and Master. That's cool. I like those Lost sectors. They're good. We are making these changes to help preserve the relevancy of the destination, specifically some of the pinnacle endgame activities that still exist there. To get more specific around the actual experience, activities where reissues are required will be heavily weighted towards rewarding reissued gear over capped gear, though the exact weighting and mechanisms may differ. For example, in the Dreaming City, if you have already obtained the infusion capped weapon, it will not drop for you again. Good to know. While not every gear source or legendary reward will be kept up to date for the entire lifetime these SJs are available, we do believe there's a high value in targeting some specific activity drops for continued relevancy to give you more options for where you spend your time as you seek to improve your arsenal. Turn in those tokens. Huh. Since Destiny 2 launched, Guardians have been amassing vendor reputation tokens. This could be turned in for legendary gear, which could be used to which would usually be dismantled for legendary shards and materials. Looking to the future, the team has got to update you the ways in which you earn reputation with ritual vendors and the rewards that come from them. The rewards for continuous ritual playlist completion has been subject that's come up several times as we've looked over Beyond Light feedback, and we're happy to announce some changes coming soon to Gambit, Crucible, and Strike reward structure. Firstly, we are adding 2 unique weapon rewards to each of the 3 playlist rituals, so 6 total. These weapons are in addition to the ones added in Season of the Hunt and continue to have a small chance to drop at the end of each activity. Second, starting in Season 13 for Gambit and Crucible, Valor, and in the future season for Strikes, rank rewards will be visible on the ritual vendors. Each season will be greeted with a row of rewards, progression toward which will be earned automatically as you complete relevant playlist activities. Instead of having rank rewards dropped automatically into your loot stream, they will now be picked up manually from the vendor lists, We feel this gives you much better visibility into what you'll be earning as you progress and helps you make better choices about where you spend your time. Good change. Are they going to change the size of the UI? Progression is on a... Oh, also first looks like there's an Ascendant Shard. So I think that's something worth pointing out. Yeah. I feel like it's worth pointing out. Progression is on a per ritual basis. You can be rank 10 for Crucible and rank 4 for Gambit. For example, you reset your rank right at the vendor by picking up the final reward. Oh, great. Rewards for each individual ritual as follows. Rank 4, upgrade modules. Rank 7, enhancement cores. Rank 10, ritual shader. Turns into enhancement cores after you reset. Enhancement prisms at 13. Enhancement prisms at 16 after you acquire the ritual emblem. And then reset reward. Ascendant Shard changes to exotic increment after resetting your rank. I feel like you should just keep it a shard, Bungie, if I'm honest. I think giving players access to Ascendant Shards that way is not a bad thing. But, you know, that's my opinion. Due to this automated progression, Crucible tokens and Crucible token gifts are no longer needed and will be deprecated into junk that will delete as full stack starting season 13. So cash in those tokens for the end of the season and grade to earn some master materials. But yeah, like I'm happy. I don't want them to know. I don't want them to think that I don't want Ascendant Shards in that slot. I just feel that you could have it be every reset. It takes a decent amount of time to get them. And hypothetically speaking, let's say you do triple Valor or whatever, it'll still take you a few hours to cap out, to which in that amount of time, a good fire team farming Nightfalls can get way more than just one. So, I'm happy, Bungie. I want you to know that. I just feel that you can remove this second part. Just keep it this. But you do you. Cool. Revenant, Shatter Dive, and Fissures. The conversation and feedback on rewards wasn't the only thing we were tracking over the holiday break. Many of you have been spending time in the Crucible, experimenting with stasis, and all the ways in which it can change the flow of a PvP match. Prior to the break, we had a round of tuning for Warlocks. Next up, we're looking at Hunters, but also have some comments on our approach to future stasis tuning as we head into the new year. Head into the new year.
Welcome to the
please welcome Combat Area Lead Tomonori Kinoshita. Back to the TWaB to talk through our goals for stasis abilities in PvP. Tomo. Over the holiday break, we saw Trials go live, and with that, a wealth of valuable feedback from the community. Along with this feedback, we have been tracking data from Trials and identified some short-term changes, as well as some more midterm goals we are focusing on in the coming weeks and months. Short-term goals. Goals. Yeah. Address out... I can't read. Address outlier stasis abilities to keep subclass decision-making interesting. Reduce the potency of Shatter Dive plus Whisper of Fissures against Guardians, going live with update 3.0.2. Shatter Dive now has a damage fall-off versus unfrozen targets. Max range damage reduced from 50 to 5. Damage reduction during ability reduced from 50% to 25. It had damage reduction? I didn't know that. Fuck. Whisper Fissures. Reduced max min damage versus non-super player from 42 to 22 to 30 to 4. Reduced max min damage for super players from 42 to 22 to 16 to 12. Well, that's a huge change. Reduced damage detonation radius versus players from 10 to 9 meters. Investigate the efficacy of Stasis Titan Behemoth Super. We want to let the above change settle to see where the Behemoth stands in our PP hierarchy, but this is next on our radar. Yeah, I was going to say, specifically Behemoth, I think that people hate the Super because of how long it lasts. It has a very similar complaint to, for those of you who remember, I want to say when Forsaken launched, or during one of the seasons. Bottom Tree Striker became insane. I think it was OEM plus the melee override plus a seasonal mod was a one-shot in PvP. It was fucking absurd. And then that was coupled with them having the longest super in the game, because you could spam the light attack over and over and over and over again and consume like nothing. I feel like the Behemoth Super is similar with the complaints. It just lasts too long. And they're way too fast. So because it lasts a super long time and is really fast, it's frustrating to fight against. So midterm goal, improve PP subclass usage and win rate balance. Addressing stasis ability outliers will help us lower the ceiling, but we also want to pull up other underperforming light subclasses. Midterm goal, review our ability to gunplay balance PvP. Destiny is a game about both explosive space magic moments and intrinsically satisfying gunplay, especially in our 3v3 playlists. The usage of abilities has climbed as we introduce more and more ways to charge them quickly. We're still in very early discussions, but we're looking into restoring a better balance where proper gunplay is rewarding in these playlists. My only comment on that is I hope it doesn't ruin PvE builds, which I think we talk about that often, but just my feelings. A few of you noticed that prior to the holiday break, we were able to get a few sandbox changes delivered faster than expected. Thanks to the changes on Destiny 2's backend and the Destiny content vault, our patch pipeline is indeed better than before. That said, some changes won't happen at light speed as our team wants the appropriate time to collect feedback, check the data, and test proposed changes. Once these changes have been validated, we'll be eager to get you details via TWaBs, blog articles, and more. Worldwide community! Sometimes it's difficult to think of how large the Destiny community has come since 2014. It seems no matter where you may be in the world, you might bump into a fellow hunter, warlock, or titan. Last year, we bolstered our efforts with the addition of 2 international community managers. Join us in welcoming a third, the Russian community manager, Ivan Yanushkin. Good name. Privet! My name is Ivan, and I am the latest community manager added to the team for Russian-speaking Guardians. Burp. Oh gosh. In Destiny 2, I enjoy making raids more complicated by doing them with fewer than 6 people and LC roaming around Europa on my Warlock, which for me is a meditating experience. Some of you might know me from my past work at Blizzard Entertainment, where I worked as a community manager for different titles. The experience will help me, but will also be thankful for your guidance. Feel free to reach out to tell me what works, what doesn't, and how things improve in Destiny community. One day, when real-life gaming events finally become possible again, I will be happy to meet you in person. For now, let's stay in touch on Twitter, Vkontk, and the Russian Bungie forums. It is an honor to work with such an amazing community. My job will be to pass the voice of the players to developers, help local content makers grow, manage Russian social media channels, and take care of many other duties. I will do my best to be Ivan the Great, not the Terrible. Nice. Hopefully one day I'll even get used to the fact that hydras explode after death. Spasibo. God damn. Same, bro. Same. Keeping you updated. Update 3.0.2. January 14th, background maintenance began for it. January 14th, backend maintenance happens. The 19th, 8 a.m. D2 maintenance for update begins. 8:30, servers go down, or removed. 9, servers go down. Log back in at 10. So, reset time. Upcoming resolved issues. High bosses in Anon and Brood Queen and Zilox were not counting as high boss kills and bounties. Correct. Thank you. Some players couldn't respawn if they died during the boss fight of the inverted Spire Strike. I mean, they should just be embarrassed. I joke. Players could get out of the environments of a Crucible maps. Good quick fix on that. Some quest items were not dropping in the moon from activity. So for the Essence quests, the Unrelenting perk was not triggering health regen. Correct, it was not. Might and Multi-Tools Catalyst was not dropping from committed Crucible wins. Ugh. Taking the Scions were replicating too rapidly in some Prophecy Dungeon encounters. I want to say there was like 50 on screen at one point in time. It was a lot. Guard of Salvation and flawless completions were not awarding the inherent perfection triumph. The High Celebrant sometimes wouldn't wait. Oof. The High Celebrant sometimes wouldn't take damage nor go to the Ascendant Plane. Fixed an exploit where players could have shelter from the storm. Oh, they fixed it. You gotta learn how to drive, chat. Fixed an issue where Cloud Strike hits in the Divinity Cage counted as 2 precision hits. I hope that doesn't hurt his DPS. I'm actually curious if that's why it was so good. They fixed the Grandmaster Nightfall timer, which it should be 45 now. PS5 clan rosters from loading. Almost 9 years ago, stats and files from our previous franchise, Halo, stopped getting updated on BungieNet. Since then, all stats, files, and other data from Halo 2, 3 ODST, and Reach have lived on at Bungie.net. On February 9th, The halo.bungie.net website will be taken offline permanently. Everyone is welcome to save their stats and files however they can if they'd like to save anything. Please keep in mind there are news articles, forums, and groups you imported to a current version of BudgetNet back in 2013. That's like really the end of an era, huh? How do I... Can I look? Stats. Halo Reach stats. Gamer tag. Oh, man. How do you... Is it... Because I've changed my handle since then. Oh, heck. No? I don't remember what I was back then, man. Unfortunate. I could link my gamer tag. That seems like too much work. Anyways. Known issues. Exotic ship from the highest was not properly showing that it is a rare chance. Increases with each activity completion. Basically all the highest relevant bugs. Enemies in Crucible and PvE aren't colorblind friendly when highlighted. The special finisher mod no longer unlocks for new players. Bomber mods don't work when hunters have the Dragon Shadow exotic equipped. The Overlord Shadow auto rifles doesn't proc when you hold on the trigger right after reloading, even though it does the animation. That's funny. Some players serve the burn when getting the Wall of Wishes. The Vault Encounter Last Wish won't let you read icons nor spot enemies after slamming on a plate or finishing a phase. Riven won't get stunned on the second level of the final encounter. The Forfeit Shrine Ascendant Challenge completions don't count towards Ascendant Champion or Honed for Speed Triumphs, blocking the Curse-Breaker seal. The Run the Gauntlet Triumph doesn't unlock completing the time trial in the Sumerian Garrison Ascendant Challenge. Helmcrow Bones are missing in the Shattered Throne dungeon and multiple Ascendant challenges. Players will sometimes go into a Nightfall with 60 people when they try to load the tower. Funny bug. Dialogue gets cut off at the end of the Wrathborn hunt for hunters using Way of the Warrior subclass. Combination blows sometimes stops working and doesn't give gamblers dodge back. Non-exo characters receiving exo dialogue. Light of the Dawning emblem cannot equip stat trackers. The coaxial bonds ornaments for fitting aspects, causing the bottom left of the screen to glitch and flicker. Huh. Movie of the week. Confectionery Ghost. Oh, they actually made it. That's adorable. Deepstone Lullaby cover. Hell yeah. That's super cute. Goodbye 2020, a year in the Crucible. Movie of the week, Cloudstruck. I'm assuming it's like an entire team wipe. Yep. Everyone's dead. Good job. Artist of the week. Olak. Rogue. Oh, that's a cool. I'm gonna like that. Boop. That's really cool. I like that. On Ashen Wings. Oh, that's dope too. TWaBs. While we may not be in the office, feels great to be back in the saddle. Always enjoyed driving through feedback, discussing the future destiny with the team, and figuring out how to tackle the challenges of a new year. Cheers to all who've walked this path with us since 2014. It's always crazy to think how far we've come, and we still have so far yet to go. See you in the wild. Cheers. DMG. Oh, that was good. And just so I could get it, GeForce, Jin, Melm, Cahoots, and Retro Futures, thank you for the resubs. Melm, thank you for the tier 3. Appreciate you. Y'all are great. I think I said my piece on the things that I was displeased with, but overall, I think there's a lot of great shit in here. I think overall this change is better. My only complaint, like I said, is I think the Ascendant Shard should just stay at the end. It shouldn't transform into the exotics. The idea that it's for new players, Zur exists every week for a new exotic for shards. So like, I think that there's plenty of places to get exotics now that this should not be one of them. But yeah, otherwise, like I still love, it's still a net gain. It's still better than what we had. It's just, you know. And I would say a newer player would like to master a couple of their pieces too. So, the Shadow Dive thing, I don't know until I play it. I'm sure people who are all about these numbers probably have an opinion. I don't really. I can recognize Shadow Dive is really, really strong. I don't know if this is a too hard of a nerf or anything like that until I play it. So, very interested to see how they address the Behemoth Super. I just shorten it. Or make the light attack cost more. Just do something. But I'm sure they're already looking into it. And yeah.
Look at that resub.
Dope.